Lieutenant, make yourself comfortable. On behalf of the Senate of the Galactic Republic, I want to thank you for appearing on such short notice for this informal inquiry.
You think I'd be here if I had any say in the matter?
I assure you, we will not hold you from your duties any longer than necessary, Lieutenant.
The purpose of this inquiry is to investigate the defection of several members of Republic Army Special Forces Squad number 326, codenamed Havoc Squad, to the Sith Empire.
Now, you recently served in Havoc Squad on Ord Mantell, Lieutenant. Is that correct?
I have no recollection of that.
Don't play games with us, Lieutenant. This is a serious situation, and your cooperation is required by law.
We understand that your work requires a degree of secrecy, and I assure you nothing you say will leave this room. So please answer truthfully.
While serving on Ord Mantell, all of the members of Havoc Squad, excluding yourself, defected to the Sith Empire. Is that correct?
I do not recall the events you described, Senator.
Is that so? Our sources tell us that not only were you present at the time of the defections, you were in fact the one who discovered them. General Vander's reports on the incident were frustratingly vague, and you apparently share his need to conceal the truth.
Please, we're only trying to discover the truth. If critical members of the Republic Armed Forces have defected, we'll need to take proper precautions.
Now, did Commander Tavis or any of the other members of Havoc Squad show signs of, say, instability, anger, frustration?
I'm afraid I don't know the people you're referring to all that closely, sir.
Lieutenant, you are lying to the Senate of the Galactic Republic.
Please, no one wants this to turn into a full-blown investigation. If you just answer honestly now, we can avoid all of that.
Lieutenant, let us speak hypothetically. Do you believe that anyone serving on Ord Mantell should have seen this situation coming?
I don't think anyone could have seen this coming, sir.
Commander Tavis and the others must have been quite subtle indeed. I have one final question, Lieutenant. What connection, if any, exists between the events that occurred on Ando Prime and Havoc Squad's decision to defect?
Senator, I would remind you that the circumstances of Ando Prime are classified and occurred before the Lieutenant's involvement in Havoc Squad. You may ignore that question, Lieutenant.
Are we through here?
Your part in this inquiry is concluded. You may return to your duties now.
Goodbye, Lieutenant.
It's good you've arrived, Lieutenant. We have a great deal to discuss. First, let me congratulate you for your work on the Black Sun operation. You did well disabling that nerve gas. It's unfortunate that you weren't able to confirm the contents of that strange red case Sergeant Jaxo spotted, but at least the primary objective was completed.
I'm sure there was nothing important in the case anyway.
Opinion noted, Lieutenant. But I wouldn't ask you to do something I didn't think was important. As for the senators, they weren't very happy with your testimony. Useless and disrespectful were the words they used, actually.
Glad to hear I made an impression.
But it's a fine line we walk, Lieutenant. Making the Senate too angry could have dire consequences. On to more pressing issues. My agents have discovered a vital new link to Havoc Squad here on Coruscant. Jack Corden, the founder of Havoc Squad and Commander Tavis' former mentor, has been spotted on the city's lower levels. He's serving as an officer in a local vigilante group.
Guy must be 100 years old by now. Who cares what he's doing?
Don't underestimate this man, Lieutenant. He may not be young anymore, but he's no less dangerous for it. Corden resigned his commission and disappeared after the debacle on Ando Prime. If he's turned up now, it can't be a coincidence.
Consider Corden neutralized, sir.
If possible, I'd like you to capture Corden alive. If he is involved in the defection, he could provide us with invaluable intelligence. The vigilante group Corden is working with is called the SWtOR's Brigade. They control a large area of Coruscant's lower levels and are openly hostile to all outsiders.
Why do we tolerate these hostile groups here on Coruscant?
Most areas are safe. These sectors are the last pockets of lawlessness, aftermath of the Imperial attack. Our surveillance shows that Corden spends most of his time in the SWtOR's main base. You will attempt to capture him there. Corden is a crucial link to Tavis and the rest of the Havoc traders, Lieutenant. Bring him in no matter what it takes.
If Corden presents a threat, I can't promise I won't kill him.
I understand. Just don't let your trigger finger get the better of you. I'm counting on you, Lieutenant. Dismissed.
You listen to me, Corden. Helping you has already put my operation at risk. You will do exactly as I say, when I say, or
you'll what, Captain? I'm not one of your lock-stepping drones. This part of the op is mine. End of discussion.
how dare you?
Intruders! Put those blasters on the floor, soldiers. Nice and slow.
Unless you want to die, you should follow your own advice.
It's over, Cardin. You, the imps, Tavis, you're all going down.
Not gonna happen, soldier. Now drop that weapon before... A Havoc badge? Is this a joke? No. You must be the new recruit Tavis told me about. So you survived after all. Can't say I'm surprised, honestly. Havoc always did recruit the best.
I don't want to hurt anyone, but I will.
You are persistent, soldier, I'll give you that. I'm impressed. I didn't think the old lady would send someone after me so quickly. After all these years, Garza still hasn't lost her edge.
What are you waiting for, Cardin? Kill the whelp! Or do you lack the true resolve to fight for the Empire?
My loyalty is to Tavis, not to your Empire and not to anyone else. You want the trooper dead, you take care of it. I don't kill good soldiers. I'm heading down to the works to make sure everything is prepped.
I'm gonna enjoy taking you down.
Do yourself a favor and die now, soldier, before you get in any deeper over your head.
Open fire, men!
Gotcha.
Come in, Lieutenant. Is it my imagination, or were those Imperial soldiers you just fought?
You must have finally lost it, Garza.
When I want a useless answer to a question, Lieutenant, I'll ask for it. This is serious. Imperial soldiers in uniform operating on the lower levels of Coruscant, and Republic security knows nothing about it? Incredible. We need to learn more about this link between the Justicars and the Empire. If they're hosting our enemies, they might have some useful information for us.
If the Justicars are hosting our enemies, they should be annihilated.
I agree, Lieutenant. But we should learn what we can before we grind these traitors into dust. Surveillance shows that the Justicars have their primary computer terminal in that base. Find the necessary access card and activate that computer terminal. My technicians can then slice in and uncover everything the Justicars and Imperials have been up to.
The longer I'm here, the farther Cardin can run.
It didn't sound to me like Cardin was running. He seemed to be heading someplace specific, and the Justicars' files should tell us where. Just find the access card for the Justicars' primary computer terminal and activate it. My technicians will take care of the rest from here. Garza out. Good work, Lieutenant. My technicians are accessing the Justicar files now. Patrol schedules, supply manifests, prisoner records. Ah, Cardin, you. I think we've found what we're looking for, Lieutenant. You have a new target.
What have I gotten into now?
Cardin had the Justicars work with the Imperials to hijack and rebuild an abandoned Republic communications relay down in an industrial area called the Works. Apparently Tavis and his followers are using this relay to route all of their interplanetary communications. If we destroy it, the traitors will be completely cut off from one another.
Nobody noticed the imps taking control of this relay. Heads better roll for this.
The relay was abandoned after it crashed down to the Works and went offline during the Imperial sack of Coruscant. According to their files, the Justicars found the relay on the surface several months ago and worked with the Imperials to rebuild it. I'm sending Sergeant Mathen to bring you the explosives you'll need to destroy the relay. He'll rendezvous with you shortly.
If your guy doesn't get here fast, I'll never catch up to Cardin.
Mathen is already en route, Lieutenant. You won't have to wait. One last thing. Cardin didn't seem to mesh with the Imperials. I don't think he's as convinced of their supremacy as his protégés are. You're sure to find him guarding that comm relay. Kill him if you have to, Lieutenant, but try to persuade him to surrender peacefully first.
With all the trouble Cardin's given me, I'd rather just off him.
Kill him if you have to, Lieutenant, but not just because you want to. He could still be a highly valuable source of intelligence. Cardin's only concern is the safety of the former Havoc members. He may not be loyal to us, but he isn't loyal to the Empire either. Convince him that it's in the best interest of Tavis and the others for him to surrender. That's the best way to sway him.
That'll never work.
I know Jack Carden, Lieutenant. Convince him that surrendering is the only way that everyone comes out of this alive, and we'll have him. Now, hurry and rendezvous with Sergeant Mathen. You'll need those explosives, regardless of what happens with Carden. Good luck. Garza out.